sec. Sorry about that. Had to grab the chair. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Apparently, Hasan Piker's going after the military yet again. Coming at us saying some crazy stuff. We'll have to see what's up with that. See why he does the insane things that he does. But, you know, he's more famous than I am, so let's see if he's right. As always, like, comment, subscribe. This video is by More Pegasus. He does amazing content, especially stuff. He has like something like 43 videos apparently about Hasan and people like Hasan. So let's check it out. Let's see what's going on.
Welcome back to absolutely peak entertainment. In today's video, Hasan is once again crying about Asmongold, saying people that watch him are in an echo chamber. He's now glazing the CCP and North Korea while shit-talking America. This is a guy who just last video was telling Asmongold to leave his country, by the way.
Why don't you get the f*** out of my country, Asmongold?
Because he totally loves America.
America deserved 9/11, dude.
That's such a terrible thing to say. Apparently for someone who says, get out of my country, get out of America. That's such a lazy, just
I'm saying it, and I think Americans are gross.
To say.
It turns out Hamas Diddy Piker is also defending the Death to America chant. Unsurprising from the #1 terrorist glizzy gladiator. He's apparently gone to the protests again. Already subscribed so Hasan gets
Yeah, he probably went down there to meet a bunch of his fans, if I had to guess. He probably wore that fake press vest again, too.
stripped of his American citizenship and is finally deported. And let's start with this clip where Hasan is complaining about Asmongold, talking about echo chambers.
I promise you, I always say this. If you go on Twitter, you think Elon Musk is the most popular guy on the planet, right? Like, holy...
Elon Musk gets shit on Twitter all the time, all day. There's thousands of people talking shit about him. What are you talking about? That's absolute nonsense.
So many glazers. I mean, there's even still plenty of haters of Elon on Twitter as well. But, like, if your only assessment of the world is conducted by who you consume online, if you see the giant numbers that...
You're literally talking about your fans, my guy. You were literally talking about the echo chamber and the people you've created and collected at once. The brain rot that you have endorsed and cultivated. You are literally talking about that.
People like Asmongold have in terms of audiences. And you look at Twitter and you see all of the half-botted, half-popular support for neo-Nazi sentiment. You will genuinely develop a false sense of what the world looks like.
Okay, guys, it's official. Hasan is no longer
A false sense of what the world looks like. Almost like you claiming to be a socialist, but living in a $3 million mansion in Beverly Hills, driving a hundreds of $1,000 car, wearing thousands of dollars in jewelry all the time. What are you talking about, my guy?
the Epson Home Cinema 5050. He is the Sony VPL XW5000ES, the best projector ever created, delivering a stunning 4K picture without ever having to replace a lamp. Congratulations on the promotion, Hasan. This level of delusion is insane, bro. You are the one in the...
It's not delusion. It's called victimhood mentality. It's just him trying to obfuscate his own issues, things that he creates, things that he participates in, and while also blaming other people for doing the same shit.
Echo chamber, bro. Bro legit thinks that most Americans are on his side. Bro, most Americans are not terrorists.
Most Americans are working. Most Americans don't even know who he is. Most Americans are trying to provide for their next meal or provide for their children's next meal. Most Americans are struggling to get their children clothes for school. Most Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, something this man has never, ever had to deal with.
Supporters, nor is the rest of the world. Absolutely nobody but your fringe cult shares your radical views. Your audience is filled with largely unemployed, depressed people who have no prospects in life, so they turn to their only option, which is lighting the world on fire and dividing people and encouraging violence. Hasan is the type of guy to address his literal cult-like...
Oh yeah, that's when some girl told him to stop, comes up to him, stop drinking certain sodas on stream. I think it was like Dr. Pepper or Coca-Cola or something. Stop drinking it, it's on a ban list. If you have to live your life by a list of products that are sold in every supermarket in the country you live in and not to drink them because it'll offend one of your viewers, that person doesn't care about what you're saying. They only care about your kowtowing to their messaging. They only care that you're kowtowing to their script. She even, I think in this video, she even admits that do it off stream. So she knows he's still doing it. She just doesn't care. They don't want him to actually mean what he says. They just want this guy who's popular to just be a mascot for their message. And even if they know it's a lie, it's pathetic. It's honestly pathetic.
Audience who is actively in an echo chamber and cry about other people being in an echo chamber. Keep in mind the people who watch Hasan literally spam hearts for a shooter. These people justify lighting people on fire with Molotov cocktails if they disagree with them. They think violence to achieve their goals is perfectly fine, including burning cars and robbing stores and supporting terrorists. Definitely not an echo chamber, guys. Anyways, this next part, Hasan is watching a parade for the United...
It's worse than echo chamber. It's a fucking hornet's nest. It's a hornet's nest that he built. A violent little hornet's nest that if you do anything outside their societal norm, something that they dictate, you have opinion they don't like, or you drink a soda they don't like, they come after you. They swarm your ass. It's pathetic. Because not a single one of them could do anything by themselves because they're weak.
United States Army, and basically the entire time he spends shitting on America and glazing the CCP in North Korea.
Why is this sauceless? I think other countries that don't have much in terms of military conquest spend a lot more of their limited efforts on putting together sick-ass parades. That's why our parades look kind of sauceless. Low-key, the North Korean parade is better than this. Chinese parades are...
You mean North Korea, where they're like legit indentured servitude, where they're like actually threatened with death if they don't do what their leader says? What are you talking about? Yeah, of course, their parades are more on point because, you know what? If it's not on point, they don't get to fucking eat. And not only that, in North Korea, if you fuck up, you get killed, your family gets killed, your next generation of family, because I think it's like something like 8 generations of your family gets murdered, just erased. Not to mention the fear of starving to death. But yeah, so I'm sorry to say Hasan is right. North Korea, communism parades, fucking China and Russia, all these parades are so much more appealing to the eye because they do high kicks and they do all these special head snaps and all these crazy movements, because if they don't, they're gonna fucking die. Yeah, under threat of death, Hasan. That's why their parades are better.
Way sicker than this. North Korean...
And I don't think their parades are better. I don't think saying that a parade is better because they have all these fancy movements, even though we all know that if they don't execute these movements flawlessly, they're going to be murdered. I don't think that's better, Hasan. This nation is about freedom. This parade is about celebrating the military that helped us maintain our freedom and help liberate many nations around the world and maintain a sense of governance and a sense of security around the world. Yes, Hasan. They are not robots. This is showing them that they are humans, just like you, just like me. That's what this parade is about.
Parades are way sicker than this.
So I'm going to use his own logic here. This is kind of what he said to Asmongold, bro. If you like it there so much, go there. Go to North Korea. I'm sure they will...
He won't. He won't. He's a coward. He won't do it.
Diddy Baby Oil Piker. I'm sure they throw a lot of Diddy parties.
Same reason he won't go
Hasan, the America lover, by the way, the
Israel.
red-blooded patriot right here, the constant glazing of North Korea,
because he
and
will
basically
never
any
risk
enemy
suffering
of
the
America.
consequences
And his brilliant
of his
political
actions.
commentary
He
is,
will only
well,
stay in
other
places
countries
where
have
he
better
is
parades
protected and
because
privileged.
they have more time to do that because America is too busy fighting. How the f does anybody listen to this guy, bro? It's literal brain rot political commentary. Now, I don't think I can play the music here, but basically here he is glazing the CCP and North Korea armies, and they basically like move in complete sync. It's a bit unnerving, but look at that smile on his face. Bro is creaming his pants as we speak. And after seeing Hasan glaze North Korea, a chatter basically calls him out, and here's his response.
LMFAO, but if Americans did this, you'd all be calling them Nazis. When China does it, it's hilarious.
He already has. He already has. He's already called America Nazi. He's already said America deserved 9/11. He's already done all that kind of stuff. What are you talking about?
First of all, I am pro-parade. I have said this over and over again. It's one of the things that, like, actually my leftist community gets mad.
He's pro-parade because that's what a lot of communists do. They continually do parades. That's probably why he likes parades so much.
At me about is my pro-parade, pro-military parade position. I just wish that we had a little bit more marching discipline, you know?
Oh, okay, Hasan. Why don't you join the military and go teach them some marching discipline? I'm sure you know all about it. Go ahead, join the army. Go join the army. Say, hey, I want to be in charge of all parades. See how that goes for you. Teach us how. Show us how it's done, big guy.
Oh.
So you're...
The whole point of marching, if you don't know, is not to show all our cool stuff. The whole point of marching was to get a mass group of soldiers, infantry, equipment from one location to another without losing sight and track of it. That's the whole point of marching. That's why the Romans did it. That's why we do it. Yes, sometimes it looks good. Sometimes it has some level of pageantry to it. But the whole point of marching and moving as a cohesive unit is to get from point A to point B successfully. That's the whole damn point. It's not to look cool. It's not to do high kicks. It's not to do snappy head movements. The whole point is to move soldiers and equipment. That's what it is, Hasan. Maybe if you were in the military, you would know that. That's why they teach it in boot camp. You know why they make people do it? They don't just teach it. They make you march in boot camp. It's to get you from point A to point B. the march hall where you practice marching, to the dental where you gotta get your dental and your medical done, and to the gym. They march you everywhere. They even march you from fucking where you sleep to chow. What are you talking about? If he had spent any time in the military, he would know this. But no, Hasan just wants to see high kicks and fancy face movements because he doesn't even know.
Like these.
And if he had paid attention to this actual march, this 250-year celebration, he would see it was telling the tale of history for the U.S. Army. But he doesn't want to tell you that because he doesn't care. He just wants to see fancy movements and kickflips.
Guys are just fucking walking. Like they're not
That's what marching is, Hasan.
marching. They're just walking, bro. Like look at how organized the Chinese
Yes, let's do tiny little baby step runs, Hasan. That's what. Okay, will that make you
military
happy?
is. Versus this, they're like, oh yeah, all right. They're schlubbing. They're not fully synced up.
Future enlistment
Like, look at
and
this.
desire to participate in the Army, because we are in all
Yeah, perfectly. Of course, he shows the video of the CCP doing high kicks.
volunteer
this.
force.
Are
Conscription
you
in the
kidding me?
Vietnam era.
Dude, Hasan will find any reason possible to
Show me a single person who walks like that. Show me a single person who actually, in their day-to-day life, a single soldier, sailor, marine, airman, throughout the entire planet, who conducts themselves like the CCP does, who walks around high-kicking everywhere they go and turning their head like a fucking robot. It doesn't exist, Hasan, because that's backwards fucking pageantry that serves no purpose.
criticize America.
Except entertaining morons like yourself.
It's crazy. This guy's like an agent sent by the enemies of America to destroy the country from the inside. Hasan,
No, he's worse than that. He's like a little angel sent for them from their little deity to corrupt and ruin the minds of Americans and make them hate their own country, but at the same time demand that people who disagree with them leave the country for some kind of retarded logic.
we don't see your ass marching. Get out there, bro. Fight for what you believe in. Oh, wait.
He never will because he's a coward.
You need your maid to wipe your ass sweat from your $3 million mansion. And who honestly cares if they aren't marching 100% in sync in a parade which is meant to be a celebration? They obviously go through intense, rigorous training like every other army in the world. I don't think it matters when you're on the battlefield if your fucking hands are in sync when someone launches a grenade at you. By the way, this guy claims to love America. Mr. America deserved 9/11. Mr. Glazer of anything
Oh,
against
thanks for the
America
follow,
ever.
Jamie.
If a new species of aliens came to Earth, he would defect immediately. Bro is a traitor. Then after this, he has the most insane take ever. He says, doing a parade to honor the army is being like North Korea somehow. Somehow it's like a dictatorship to honor the army.
This is like I'm not lived up enough to be like, oh, this is like North Korea, but like low key, this is like North Korea, bro. Like straight up. Oh, we're showing the world our military prowess by what? Marching through the streets.
Bro, heaven forbid they honor the guys who get their legs blown off in a war on the other side of the world, bro. Heaven forbid they have a day to honor the people who are protecting your privileged ass in your $1 million mansion. And what is wrong with a show of strength? That is literally what keeps you safe. That is literally what is allowing you to yap on your goddamn Twitch stream all day, every day for the past few years. If you did not have the army and the cops in general to protect you, your mansion would be raided and ransacked, and a lot of...
Yeah, so if someone ever broke into his mansion, the first thing he would do is call 911. If North Korea attacked California, the first thing he would do would be like, "Where's the military? Why aren't they protecting us? What the fuck? This is bullshit. They don't care." That's what he
people
would
don't
be
like
doing.
you, so you'd probably even be dead.
I know this is just one day, but this celebration is supposed to last the entire year. Do you think this can be a reset for the country?
I do think so, because
That's a fake
remember
laugh.
that it's the
No one cares, bro. Cleric, low key, this parade.
No one, my guy, you're covering it on your stream with your thousands of viewers. What do you mean no one cares? You absolute buffoon. Do you need to look up the definition of no one? If no one cared, you wouldn't be watching, you absolute tard.
It's kind of bunk compared to USSR and DPRK ones. I know. That's why I was showing side by side the Chinese parade and the DPRK parade. Our
The fact that you had that video readily available says a lot about you.
military doesn't march. Like they don't march in unison. Like they don't do any like serious marches.
Brilliant commentary again, Hasan. The U.S. Army, guys, just doesn't do any serious marches. Brilliant. How did he think of that one? Hasan, we're in the age of missiles and drones and nuclear bombs. I think marching is the least of their worries. And honestly, for the love of God, just leave America at this point. Open up a spot for somebody else who actually likes the country. Anyways, now let's get to one of the craziest clips in the entire series so far. Hasan is here defending the Death to America chant. So, if you didn't know, Iran and Israel are having a fight right now, right?
Yeah, and it's
They're
not really
launching missiles
going in
at each other.
Iran's
Now, I can't
favor
really
at
play
all.
these
They're
clips,
kinda
but you can
getting
easily
barrel
find them on
stuffed,
Twitter.
not gonna
Here we have
lie.
the supreme leader of Iran, and he frequently has people chanting Death to America, Death to Israel, Death death to England, and several other similar things. Essentially, they don't like Americans very much. And obviously, Hasan seeing this is just creaming his pants, right? Yeah, because he just loves anyone that hates America. And if you remember, this slogan is also used by the terrorists that Hasan supports, like the Houthis. Sorry, my bad. Luffy from One Piece, of course. So anyways, getting to the clip, here he is reacting to the leader of Israel, and instead of any reasonable criticism, you know, there's plenty you can criticize him for, he immediately defends the Death to America chant out of all of this, and then he justifies it using the most insane mental gymnastics you will ever see.
It's led millions in the chants of death to Israel and death to America.
I know this is a tough concept to grasp for Americans living in the comfort of their own suburbs.
Let's hear him out. He's about to say something. He's about to say something profound.
But close your eyes for a moment and imagine the most powerful force on the planet. It would have to be like an alien force with superior technology at this point, because there's no more powerful force in America. Just consistently f***ing destroying, consistently wiping out other countries in the region, and then, or even using like Canada to, with regular frequency, blow up parts of America. You have no...
So you're just denying Canada and other countries' sovereignty and other countries' ability to make their own decisions and control their own actions. You're just saying America's bullying everybody. Is that what you're trying to... That's what he's trying to portray. All right, but he's leaving out a lot of context. Donald Trump gave Iran 60 days to stop their nuclear process, to stop trying to enrich uranium. Did they? No. They actually, in fact, continued. They ramped it up. They continued enriching uranium. They were caught by the UN multiple times, where multiple reports have already come out showing that they were saying they were out here enriching uranium, trying to build a bomb. And it's not like America, where we're like, oh, we don't want to use the bomb, but it's a deterrent. Iran wants the bomb so they can use it. Do you honestly believe for a second that if Iran enriched enough uranium to make an atom bomb, that they wouldn't immediately use it to take over the region? Are you serious? Or is that what you're actually trying to think? Maybe that's why Hasan, when all those strikes came down, all their nuclear facilities and only their top generals were hit. They tried to minimize collateral damage. They were so precise at one point where they killed one general in his fucking bedroom in an apartment complex. Okay? So, for you to sit there and make up this gross generalization is absolutely asinine. I have no idea why people watch you. It's absolutely hilarious. The people that come into my comments, the people who come in here and tell me that I'm an authoritarian, when you're out here encouraging this absolute nonsense, you forget and you intentionally leave out nuance, because I know he knows. I know he's aware of these things. They're just not convenient to his narrative, so he leaves them out.
No retaliation. What would you think about that alien force? You would think that they are the greatest evil of all time.
I think their leaders are lying to them, and that's why the Iranian people want their government removed, and that's why they're continually rioting, and that's why 90% estimating of Iranians don't support the current regime. That's why they want them gone.
You would unite in arms. You would say death to that alien
do.
force
They
every
do unite in
day.
arms. They're
Right,
trying to,
so he
they're
calls
trying to get rid of
America
their
an
current
alien
government.
force and supports people chanting this obviously insanely death cult slogan. Now, if you needed any clarification as to what death to America means, it is a warning to the American people that they literally
I'm
want
sure
to
there's
end
gonna be
all
some
of them,
kind of
every
Hasan
American.
orbiter
So
trying
yeah,
to
in other news,
justify and
Hasan is
explain it
supporting
with
even
some
more
kind of
insane
retarded
death
nuance.
cult terrorists. In other news, water is wet. Now, I know most of you understand that this guy is so far beyond a political commentator or an idiot on the internet. He's a dangerous force radicalizing people into supporting terrorists. It's blatantly obvious. He is anti-American in every way. I just wonder how long it will take for the average Hasan fan to understand this. Now, I know a lot of his people actually do support the same thing, right? They are insane radicals as well. But to any Hasan fans that are on the fence, who somehow managed to stumble upon my video through the graces of the YouTube algorithm, this should be a wake-up call, all right? If you are American, I mean, he's supporting the people he wants to dead. I don't know. He's kind of self-destructive in this, in that sort of sense. But yeah, this is just a clear indication that this guy has gone way too far, all right? He is completely insane, and we got the most idiotic people gathering on Twitter to somehow defend this. Here we got Casey saying, people take...
Oh God! It's almost
offense
like
to the
a,
phrase,
a
"Death to
fucking
America,"
genius.
are either being
I called
intentionally
it. I
obtuse,
called
or they
it. Of
don't
course
really
there
understand
is.
what it means. Yes, what could that possibly mean? It's a very complex statement,
Let's see what
actually.
she
It
looks
doesn't
like.
mean literal
Yeah,
death to the people here.
she looks exactly how you think she would. She looks exactly how you think she would.
Really understand what it means. Yes, what could that possibly mean? It's a very complex statement, actually. It doesn't mean literal death to the people here. It's not inciting violence. It means people want to destroy the oppressive system we live under. Of course, that's what it means. You don't
She may be retarded, but she's actually correct when it comes to the Iranian people. They do want to destroy the oppressive system they live under.
understand. We need to ignore exactly what the slogan says and assign your own random unrelated meaning to it. Insane, insane. The absolute hoops they are jumping through to justify this is just crazy. And you know the worst part? There are literally people in America on the streets chanting this too at these random protests because of people like Hasan who go on stream 10 hours a day, every day, telling people it's okay to do that and justifying the slogan. Personally, I feel like if you say this shit, you need to be locked up. I mean, because you're literally calling for the death of a lot of people. Anyways, after this, Hasan continues his revolutionary cosplay. He goes down to the LA No Kings protest and does his...
Yeah, that's a fake vest. That's not a real press vest for anyone wondering. That little patch he got and the little one on his back, that is absolutely something he bought off Amazon for 20 bucks. And I wouldn't be surprised if he spent the same amount of money for this fake plate carrier.
Usual propaganda,
that's clearly not
trying to
carrying
pretend
any
he
plates.
actually cares
That thing is so damn tight. He's not even wearing it properly.
about Americans when we just looked
Anyone
at him
who's wore body
justifying
armor
a
sees
death
that and
slogan
laughs.
on
It's
his
pathetic.
stream. And the worst part, apparently this
Yep, there it is. Fake little patches. And of course he's wearing the American flag upside down. What a fucking joke.
protest is crawling with Hasan fans.
It's me again.
Oh, there it is.
We are
Good
on our
old,
way
good
to
old
downtown
Harbor
Los Angeles
Freight
right now
or
to
Home
City
Depot
Hall.
Lowe's special.
We're gonna go see
anyone who doesn't know, that mask is not rated to take care of tear gas, chem spray, that kind of stuff. That is made for epoxy, paint, oil, stuff, that kind of stuff. Mold, mildew. That is not made to combat tear gas. It might help a little bit, but unfortunately for you, that doesn't have any fucking eye protection, Hasan, because tear gas is an irritant. And guess where else it irritates? It doesn't just irritate your nasal tract, it irritates your eyes. So then you start to rub it, and then it gets more into your eyes. Yeah, that mask ain't going to do shit, my guy.
what the environment looks like. We're going to go see if the
You ask, hey, Headless Norseman, how do you know? Oh, I was in the military for 12 years, and guess what? In that time, I went into the gas chamber 8 times. 8 times, because I was a damage controlman. All right? And part of our school tract is we're the ones who run the gas chamber for the Navy. And guess what? When they find out you're a damage controlman in boot camp, guess what they make you do? They make you go in there again. And then when you go through a lot of your schools for advanced damage control, that kind of stuff, guess where you're going? Gas chamber again. And guess who gets the last one to leave the gas chamber? That's right, the damage controlman. So, yeah, I got a little bit more exposed to gas than I'd like to say, and I can tell you every time it's awful. And that little gas mask that he has, quote unquote, ain't gonna do shit.
No Kings protesters are still out and about.
See if we can get a good side view. Yeah, look at that vest. There is no plates inside that vest. That vest is 100% for show, just like everything else he's wearing. That mask is for show. And look how he has that mask set up. If he wanted to get that mask on right now, he would fuck up. Those 2 things in the bottom right there that are detached are little clips. If he really wanted to be able to have that mask readily available and quick, he would switch it. That little overhead strap is a lot easier to pull over than those little clips. So if he wanted to switch it, where that overhead strap is dangling down, and have those clips sized properly around where it would be, which would be back here, then he'd be able to pull it up and get it on in less than a second. But his dumbass is going to try to lift and then fuck around with the clips in the back, and by that time he's already going to have inhaled so much tear gas or whatever the hell else they're throwing, it wouldn't matter. Oh, that's a perfect shot. Yeah, that really is. Looks like it's protecting you, Hasan. Look at all those. Look at all that military protection. What is that? Tier 4 plates in Call of Duty? Yeah, you're a. Nothing in that vest. This is just a piece of fucking cotton.
Oh shit! Good to see you, man. How you doing? I'm feeling good. How about yourself? Doing good.
Oh my god, that is tragic. So,
Is he wearing camo pants?
if you didn't know, that is Ethan Nestor or Crank Gameplays, I think.
What are you trying to blend in with, you dork?
And I think he had a podcast with Jacksepticeye.
No, he's just trying to
And
He's just
like
trying
really
to
close with
cosplay as
Markiplier and
fucking
stuff.
Che
Bro,
Guevara.
you are embarrassing yourself and tanking your reputation by associating with this terrorist supporting freak. Now, I'm all for peaceful protests. You can totally peaceful protest, whatever. But I draw the line at being buddy-buddy with Hasan at this point, because we just looked at the clip, all right? Bro supports the slogan, all right? And I don't know if Ethan has any idea of what this guy actually supports.
Yeah, Hasan, the reason you're tugging on your vest right there is because it's too tight around your stomach. It's because you're wearing it improperly. How about this, Hasan? Reach out to me and I'll teach you how to wear a proper bulletproof vest and armored plate carrier. I'll actually teach you how to do it because your shit's set up all wrong.
Obviously, this guy needs to watch the series. In fact, you can just watch this episode and it probably should be enough to convince you. But if you needed any other justification, just watch the entire series. You'll find all the evidence you need that this guy is the biggest scumbag piece of shit, anti-Semitic, anti-American piece of shit there is. Then after this, they're like standing off against the cops. And honestly, I don't know what they're trying to accomplish. Apparently, Trump is going to look at this and immediately stop all deportations. That's how it works. Literal fantasy land, bro. He literally just tweeted that he's gonna go 10 times harder now with the deportations. So congratulations, you have accomplished nothing. And gathering in the middle of roads and
The only thing he does is he accomplishes putting more people in danger. Because every time he does one of those little before streams like he did in his car, showing his followers where he's going to be, telling them exactly he's going to be at town hall so that they come down here. We already saw it a few times in this video. His supporters come up to him and be like, hi, Hasan. They're not there to protest. They're there to see their favorite streamer. Which, hey, I'm all for trying to go see your fans. I'm all for encouraging your fans to meet up and enjoying the community you've cultivated. That's perfectly okay. But what's not okay is putting your fans in the middle of something as dangerous as a fucking riot.
one part they're in like a four-way intersection. It's like, dude, you have no idea the amount of damage you could be doing. I remember last video I was saying that, oh, people are blocked from going to work, but the most important part is that
he still hasn't been banned for this, by the way. He is clearly standing on the 101 freeway in California, which is a crime. Twitch still has not banned him or had any repercussions for this.
That's not the only reason people are traveling around. They might be needing to go to the hospital or other way more pressing issues.
That's another fan just trying to side
that you might even be resulting in the death of some people. You never know. So here's a thought. Stop getting in the way. Do your protest on the footpath or the pavement, or maybe there's like sectioned off areas or designated areas where you can protest. Feel free to do that. But blocking regular people is so beyond common sense. It's just annoying.
Do you, Hasan, do you guess you can't go through there? That's really hard. A really nuanced take there.
Big formation of cops. Look at that. National Lawyers Guild Legal Observer with the merge. How about 4 years?
You know this. He bought this. I'm sorry, I'm fixating on the vest, but it's so brand new. He bought this just for this event. Because he didn't have it the first day of the protest. He did not have this shit.
With the merge. Nice.
4-year sub to Hasan and bought Hasan merch. What a flippin' loser, dude. You could not torture that information out of me. Congratulations on failing to have a shred of common sense. Looks like a full-grown man as well, bro. Tragic. Also, Hasan, can you take that fucking press vest off?
I'm not the only one.
Bro. You're a terrorist sympathizer. You're not a journalist documenting.
He is a self-proclaimed propagandist.
Things on boats.
I believe you can't be a journalist and a propagandist because that would mean you're partial. You cannot be. You have to be impartial to be a journalist. My guy.
Being fair, you're a propaganda machine doing anything and everything you can to twist the narrative in your favor. And by the way, I just gotta point out, for like 30 minutes straight, every 2 seconds in Hasan's chat, you will see this exact same message: ACAB. All right, now if you don't know what ACAB is, it means all cops are bastards. Not cops who did something illegal or broke the law or used excessive force or something like that. All cops. That is definitely not a cult mentality akin to racism where you take all people and group them into one bracket. Let's just ignore the fact that there's plenty of cops who literally sign up to protect people and safeguard their community. There's plenty of cops who risk their lives every day to keep you safe. Hasan, you literal brain dead moron. If somebody robs your house and lights your car on fire or threatens your life, who are you calling? The cops? But I thought all cops were bastards. It's insane just the levels of hypocrisy. They always take it too far. Now, I'm not going to show it. You can find these on Twitter, but there's literally tons of videos of people like burning American flags in some of these protests.
I'm never gonna
I'm pretty sure Ethan Klein from HCSC was also reacting to them as well. And that is just insane to me. If the whole concept is that you love America and want to stay so bad, why are you burning American flags? Dude, those have got to be Hasan fans. That is like the level of hate right there. And if any of you for a second right there, and if
wait a second. You see how that guy has his mask on? That's exactly what I was saying. That is exactly what I was saying. And this is probably exactly where Hasan got the idea for his costume. He's like, I need that mask. Look at him staring at the mask. He's like, I need that mask. And his dumbass still couldn't put it on right. This guy has the back strap that has the clips on it already set up. So all he has to do is pull this one thing over. This guy actually is wearing it properly. This guy is just on the left, Hasan Piker, is just like, oh, I need to add that to my costume for sure.
Gotta be Hasan fans. That is like the level of hate right there. And if any of you for a second think that Hasan is some sort of real revolutionary just because he stepped out of his mansion for 5 seconds, just go back to the Gaza clip.
Dude, I might actually take Marsh with me to Gaza.
Gaza?
Yeah.
Marsh, you can say no.
I already asked him. He said yes.
I do kind of have a little bit of FOMO.
Is this when he was trying to say he wants to take a homosexual
working on it right now.
Is it dangerous?
Yeah, I hate to tell you,
I'm not going to Israel, so you can...
Maybe if you knew anything about Muslim culture, and the specific sect of Muslim people who live in Gaza, they're going to kill that guy if you do that because it's illegal there.
Execute me, okay? Stop demanding that I go to Israel.
Oh, so you'll put other people in contentious areas. You'll put other people's lives in danger and take them to places where they're not wanted, but you won't go where you're not wanted? So you have a sense of self-preservation, but you don't have any sense of preservation for your people who orbit or people who are around you, people you call your friends. That's interesting. It's very interesting.
Demanding that I go to Nazi Germany.
Is it dangerous?
Yeah. Yes. Thinking about going to Gaza thing is also kind of stupid.
Dude, I might actually take Marsh with me to Gaza.
Because I was invited by literal journalists that work in Gaza.
Is it dangerous?
Yes.
Yeah, you probably turned it down
and
because
I
they couldn't guarantee
unfortunately
safety.
most likely will not be able to go because...
Is it dangerous?
Yes. The people that I did talk to said that they could not give me security assurances. Yes.
Because
that
you're a
Israel
bitch.
would not kill me.
Dude, I might actually
you're
take
a
Marsh
bitch.
with me to Gaza.
Is it dangerous?
Yes.
It's too dangerous. Yeah, of course this absolute pussy is gonna do some performative bullshit for propaganda, and at the very first sign of danger, he will run away.
Oh, Hasan Piker's softer than a bag of baby shit. I swear to God, dude.
Like immediately cozy up in his $3 million mansion. Never forget, this guy's a giant pussy. Anyways, I also wanted to talk about this situation with Sabrina Carpenter. Basically, she had a
don't
vinyl
give a
cover
shit
where
about
she was
Sabrina
on her
Carpenter.
knees and
It's strange that people take this kind of that weirdly enough this is like setting women back.
it is absolutely in Germany that was rated for human trafficking and had underage people in it. The guy who went to a brothel in Germany that was rated for human trafficking and had underage people in it. Obviously, he's gonna have this take where he loves
That's not good. You fucking participating in a little bit of sex trafficking there, Hasan? What's wrong with you, bud? That's weird. I thought that was something you stand against.
watching women degrade themselves. And I also found this clip where apparently Hasan is joining the cuck club with iDubbbz. Here he admits to dating a prawn star, which already shows you his level of standards. And then he says he doesn't care if she sleeps with other people.
Dating a porn star, like, did you care that she was fucking other guys for work? No.
She had sex with one dude through the entire process for work, and I didn't care.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because he doesn't care about anything. But yeah, that definitely makes him a cuck. Hasan the cuck. All right, everybody, there it is. Self-admitted.
Now we know why he's such good friends with iDubbbz. They both love watching. All right, fellas, we got a new slogan. Terrorists
iDubbbz is extremely creepy. I don't know why anybody watches
supporting
that guy.
cuck. Oh my lord, wonderful. Just when you think it can't get any better, it does. You thought we'd run out of material on episode 40, but we just got fresh from the press right here. Fresh from the oven here, my god. Anyways, let's move on to the protests. Apparently people are trying to light federal buildings on fire now, and they're leaving fires in the middle of the road to block traffic.
As the rioters try to set fire to the federal building.
I already reacted to people voices when you know.
But mainly, just kept a tiny bonfire on the street, attempting to block traffic.
They will only show a bunch of people with signs. We will literally beat your ass. Now apparently people are dying.
Tried to hide in plain affiliate headlines. Peaceful, violently end each other.
Cheap labor.
As now her residents are crying about their missing serfs. Go back to this.
Kick
I'm not racist, or actually the racist.
every Latino out of this country.
Go back to this.
Clean your own house or mow your own lawn. What? You're gonna have to do your own dishes or clean your own house or mow your own lawn and oh, that wonderful produce, the organic produce you get for your brunches? You're gonna actually have to do some work around your house.
Why do they always go back to this?
Kick every Latino out of this country. Then who is going to be cleaning your toilet, Donald Trump? Oh.
Every time, dude. Every time when it comes to this argument, oh, let's kick all... He doesn't say kick every Latino out of this country, you absolute buffoon. He's saying kick out the people who are here illegally. And every time they say that, they do a gross generalization. They're like, oh, these are the people who do the farm labor. These are the people who do all the jobs that Americans don't want to do. They degrade these people. They insult these people while patting them on the back. Like, what the kind of fucked up worldview is this? Where you're so privileged to where you're like, oh, these are the people who clean my toilets. These are the people who do my gardening. These are the people who get my avocados. Like, this is so fucked up. You don't care about these people. You care about the conveniences in life that are brought by taking advantage of these people. That's what you care about. So when these liberals say this kind of bullshit, when these people like Hasan say this kind of bullshit, when they're like, oh, who's going to do this? Who's going to do these degrading ass jobs? They don't genuinely care about these people. They just care about a political message, and they care about their convenience. These people have no idea what it's like to work a farm. These people have no idea what it's like to do manual labor. These people have no idea what it's like to clean their house, because every single one of them, including Hasan Piker, has a fucking maid. They don't care. Most of the time, they don't even cook their own meals. I guarantee you Hasan certainly doesn't go to the grocery store and does his own shopping. Absolutely not. Anybody wondering who this is Ozzy Osbourne, one of the greatest musicians to ever exist in metal culture. This is his punk bitch daughter, who grew up with a silver spoon in her mouth, who is never wanted for anything. All right, this chubby little chubster just likes to say weird shit online and fucking wear mohawks and say stuff. She's a lot like Hasan. I'm surprised Hasan hasn't had her on his stream. But yeah, people like this, the ultra privileged, who want to tell the rest of us how to live and tell them that illegal immigrants aren't illegal. People who are clearly here illegally don't deserve to go back home. That's what she's saying. And it's also that they can maintain their lifestyle, their privilege, and they're trying to virtue signal, but they get caught because they're so ignorant and they don't care.
That's not.
Oh my god, bro. The self-report is hilarious. I actually just want to use slave labor, guys. I want to pay $2 an hour and have them wipe my ass, actually. What do you mean I don't love immigrants?
Yeah, and not to mention that, yeah, he's right. It's basically slave labor what they're doing for these people. They don't pay them a fair wage, and sometimes they don't pay them at all. Because when the immigrants try to get paid, they just call the authorities. They threaten to call the police because these people have no protections under the law. They have no protections when it comes to work. They can't be part of a union. They can't get insurance. They can't do any of this stuff. They can't get a lawyer to fight these people in court because they'll just get deported. So yes, and these people do need to go home. If you're here illegally, my opinion is you need to leave. You need to be removed and you need to be sent home. It can be done humanely. It can be done the other way depending on how you act. If you do it the right way, you're good to go. You can come back and try to become a citizen the right way. But when you come to this country, you overstay a visa, or you come here illegally, let me be very clear. If you come here illegally, that is a crime. If you overstay a visa, that is considered a civil action. That is something that they're like, oh, that's a civil crime. They're not both civil. All right? But one thing they both have in common is they are breaking the law. All right? They are both illegal to do. One is criminal, one is civil, but it is both against the law.
I love them. They do my dishes. Wow, who would have thought the people saying I'm not racist are actually the racist ones? Who would have thought? Now, apparently there's been no problems in Florida because the Florida sheriff...
No, that's because Florida doesn't fucking take this bullshit. Ron DeSantis and the lawmakers out there, and then the sheriffs and the police department, they don't put up with this kind of nonsense.
Is not effing around.
If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave.
That's right.
In our county, you're most likely going to get run over.
Yeah.
That's
about the size of it.
If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail.
If you wanted to distill down what are my positions on this dude is reading them out
absolutely.
like a checklist.
If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail.
Oh, dude, I love this. I want this guy to be my sheriff.
And most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here.
Big, beautiful dogs. Wow.
If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at.
Damn, just letting them know. Look at this guy. This is the kind of police officer the world needs. This is the kind of police officer America needs. This is how you police the ultra privilege. You let them know the consequences, and then you execute. You show the consequences. You say these are the consequences, and if they still try to fuck around, you execute those consequences. It's very simple. Rules and consequences.
We will be notifying your family where to collect your remains.
Oh my God.
Because we will kill you graveyard dead. We're not going to play.
Kill you graveyard dead. God damn, that's a good line.
You graveyard dead.
This has got to stop. You're watching what's taking place out there. You're seeing police officers that are being attacked, being put in harm's way just for doing their job.
I bet they don't have a lot of these problems over in Florida. I got a feeling that maybe this doesn't happen a whole lot.
I can guarantee you it doesn't happen in his county.
Over there, right?
Graveyard dead is diabolical, bro. I would not mess with this guy. If you're gonna try to block paths or light things on fire in Florida, just be prepared when they bust out the alligators to chomp your leg off.
Tactical assault alligator. Oh God, I really would love to see that in Florida. Deploy the alligator unit. That would be so great.
I mean, it sounds...
Fuck me, that'd be hilarious. Fucking Steve Irwin in Tactical Gear comes out with his gator. She's like, Crocky, get him! And they biting fucking protesters. That'd be
very
wild.
threatening, and I saw like Reddit completely freaking out about this, calling this authoritarian, but this is literally...
This isn't authoritarian. This is literally just enforcing the law. He's not doing anything authoritarian. He's literally just telling you the consequences. He's literally going through the use of force continuum. If you don't know what that is, I encourage you to look it up. It's the determination on which force is acceptable. It's used by a lot of law enforcement. It's used by the U.S. military to determine when certain levels of force, all the ranging from non-lethal to deadly force, are usable. All right? That's what he's going through. He's just telling you the use of force continuum. Learn your stuff. If you think this is authoritarian, you're an absolute moron.
the police upholding the law, and they're still allowing peaceful protests, which is how it should be, right? So yeah, I don't know. F around, find out. They just don't want their city to burn, you know? Now click this video.
All right. Make sure you give more Pegasus. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to mispronounce. Make sure you give more Pegasus. Like, subscribe, check out his video. All his stuff is awesome. He's great at what he does. His editing is top notch. I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for watching this stream. Please give me a like, follow, subscribe. Give me a comment. You think there's something I could do better. If you disagree with me, comment in the section. I try my best to respond to the comments. Feel free to hop on. I'm going to be streaming later. I'm starting to get into Warframe, and I'm trying to get into I might step into the debate scene here soon. See what's going on. Appreciate it. Remember, have a good day.